Welcome to the Rogers Activity Center for Northwest Suburban Conference Girls Hockey as we head into the final week of the regular season. It's the Osseo-Park Center Stars taking on the host, Rogers Royals. I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken, and obviously an unusual year, Dan. Both of these teams had a stretch where they were paused due to COVID. Now they're coming back and trying to really get things going again late in this regular season as they head toward playoff time.
Well, it is section time, and they got to get ready for it, especially, Rogers, who has they've had a good year. They're 500, but they're going to be in a section that they might have a shot at, with the exception of having Andover in there, etc. So it's a big game for them to get some better seeding. OPC, again, trying to get some better points for it, although they're in 6AA, and that's going to be a tough road for them, but they got to get back on their tracks right now. They're both a little off.
OPC, their best win of the year, I think it's fair to say, was the 5-3 victory they got over Rogers down at Dick Farrar Arena, and they would like to duplicate that here tonight. They've had trouble scoring goals, throughout the year, really, but that night they were able to put it together, and probably their best performance. And on the flip side of it, Rogers remembers that too, and they would like a little revenge.
Yeah, they would, and Rogers felt they were very off that night. They just couldn't put it together. They've tried some line mixing, and OPC, they scored 5 goals. That's fabulous for them because they are having trouble scoring goals. They only average 2.42, but their defense is good. They're only giving up 29 shots a game. But the Rogers Royals shoot 34. So we're going to see a little bit of a defensive side on the OPC Stars and a little more offensive side here for the Rogers Royals.
Let's talk about key players, starting with OPC, and they added Tino Grace to the mix this year, and Hannah Gray is a player who came over from Tino Grace, and Coach Lewis talked about her speed first and foremost.
Oh my gosh, she's just fast as all get out. But he also said she was very smart. I like that in a hockey player big time. With 7 goals and 4 assists, she seems to be the one that gets the puck in there. She's not very big, but she's persnickety. She knows where to be, and she makes her line mates better.
And for Rogers, Coach Weslow's face kind of lit up when we mentioned Avery Farrell. Work ethic is what comes to mind with her.
Well, I got the idea too. Very, 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 very pesky. Never quits, never gives up. Rather than take the big circle when it reverses, she'll stop and go out and get the puck away from whoever took it away from her or whatever. So she's really a firebrand, and they need her. Plus, she's got a nose for the net, and only being a junior this year, 11 goals, 7 assists, she's one of their main stars.
Coach said might be the hardest worker he's ever had on a hockey team, boys or girls, and he's been a coach for quite a while. So interesting one here. It's a start of a kind of a busy week, and then it's playoff time for these teams as Rogers in Section 5AA and Osseo-Park Center, as Dan mentioned, in Section 6. We'll drop the puck in just a moment. It is Osseo-Park Center and Rogers girls hockey coming up next.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
And welcome back here to the Rogers Activity Center as we get set to drop the puck for tonight's contest here. As we said, rapid season, and both of these teams had a little pause in the middle of it as well, but maybe re-energized a little bit by that as we get down to these last few games of the season. Osseo-Park Center really only able to make up 1 of the 4 that they lost, and it's just kind of one of those things this year that you sort of have to live with. It just wasn't time to squeeze in the rest, and they were already slated for the maximum 3 games in this last week. So they're going to wind up a little bit shorter than the number of games that they were expecting to have in this COVID-19 shortened season.
Well, they're kind of grateful to get to where they got, considering everything, and both teams have kind of been hit by it, but it should be an interesting game. We'll see who gets their legs first here and picks it up.
One interesting note, the penalty kill for the Rogers Royals, they have 3 shorthanded goals. So they have that as a weapon. We can see the 2 goalies. Number 1, Mackenzie White for OPC, 3.5-0 record, 3.12 GAA, and that .875 percentage save.
And we're underway here. Rogers in white and Osseo-Park Center in the black, orange, and green. The colors of their primary 2 schools to start it out, Osseo-Park Center, but they now also have players from Fridley and Totino Grace and Legacy Christian among their program as well. Tip back out to center here. Pass across from Tessa Strand goes a little awry, but chased down by Alicia Smuck. Trying to break it out here, but instead intercepted by Ava Boxwell and thrown back in behind the net, and the Royals looking to get their forecheck going. Tap loose there. Now deep in the corner is Farrell trying to work that puck free, and now they do get it back out to the point. Tip and from rebound goal. That didn't take long. Farrell buries the rebound, and Rogers strikes first.
Well, you said it, Jay. They got their forecheck going. They got it jammed up against the boards in the low corner and got it out front. And guess who's standing out there waiting for the puck? Nice play there by both players. Good shot here. And Avery just coming right around and bang. Miss Farrell buries it to get her 12th goal of the year.
McKenna Sandberg doing a nice job working that puck out of the corner. Will certainly get an assist and then also out to the point. So Farrell bearing the rebound. 50 seconds in. Rogers up 1-0 here on OPC. Race for the puck here, and it's tapped in by Paige Freeman. Now Sandberg trying to get to it again. Stars looking to reverse it here and try and get it out.
Oh.
Fresh off the bench, Ava Johansson, but it would just cleared the blue line, so they're offside. Great read by her, though.
Great read. And, just probably catching some stuff from the last game they played. And but we talked to Coach Jeremy of OPC. Said they'll sneak forwards behind the D, so they got to be real careful. Or they can't let their D go up the ice too far. But the forecheck's been the big thing for the Royals right now.
Third line out there for Rogers, trying to do some damage again.
Scoring for the Royals at 49 seconds in the first period. Number 6, Avery Farrell. With an assist going to number 21, Leah Hatcher. And another assist going to number 27, McKenna Sandberg. That's Farrell from
Hatcher and Sandberg do get the assist on Farrell's goal. They call it 49 seconds. I thought it had 10, 16, 10, but so 49 seconds the time. And Rogers with that early 1-0 lead. Interesting thing too, Dan, with typically Monday night not being a game night, and Joel Weslow from Rogers was saying this will be our third game in a row where we really haven't had a practice the day before. So another adjustment that teams are having to make. I mean, and it's a goal.
Oh my gosh.
Turnover, and it's just chopped in. I don't know that it was really even so much of a shot attempt as let's just get it toward the net, and Tavery Scherner will strike for OPC.
Wow. Right place, right time, stick at the right spot. She's just skipped it in the short side. Nice play, just caught the far post and dingled in. Good stop right there.
And it just kind of trickling through. Larson did a great job. That's why you got to be careful as a defenseman there.
Well, they were, OPC, they've been trying to find scoring goals, on 5-on-5 and stuff, and that's a good start for them. Both teams coming off hot.
Here's an opportunity out front. Oh, and a quick shot there. White with the glove knocked it down and then had to pounce on it. So Scherner will get the goal unassisted as she was able to kind of read Leah Hatcher's breakout attempt and just being, as Dan said, right spot, right time, and chopped it loose. And not hard to see why Larson wasn't really expecting that puck in that spot. There's a shot and a goal. They win the draw and a quick snipe, and it's 2-1 Royals. Well, we may see some goals here this evening as Sandberg putting this one away.
Well, Mackenzie White, I think it took her by surprise. I think she was partially blocked vision-wise because it looked like it surprised her coming up, I believe, over the left side corner of her shoulder. And the sophomore, in good position, lofted it up after getting free in front. Win the draw. Player comes across, just fires it. Oh, the defense, number 14, had come across the vision of Mackenzie White. She had a tough time seeing it.
So Farrell winning that draw. Presumably will get an assist on that one. Just tapped it back to Sandberg and able to put it home. So Rogers takes the 2-1 lead.
Well, Farrell showing multiple skills here, centering and scoring. And
dumped in deep behind the net there. So first varsity goal for McKenna, it sounds like, according to PA. And so an exciting way to get it too. A clean face-off win, and she pumps it home. Royals on the attack again here. Strong drive to the net, and then trying to lift it up in the roof of the net there was Ava Johansson. She turned the corner nicely.
That was a power forward move.
Here's a quick shot. Stick save there as Avery Ochterkirk. That one on net there for Rogers. So they have had a pretty good few shifts here. Another look at that face-off win again from another angle down the ice and
changed direction too, I believe. And then we get this setup right here.
Good
nice
low
save.
shot. Tried to go 5-hole there and nearly snuck it through.
I like it. She hit the net. I like her.
Well, you get the feeling, I mean, Rogers is a good team, but you get the feeling that they kind of left a bad taste in their mouth the way they played in the first meeting with these teams. I think their collective feeling is we're better than what we showed that night, and let's go out and show it to Osseo-Park Center now.
As my wife would say, you think? Wow.
Carried ahead by Emma Rooks.
Yeah, the thing is, I think their legs. I mean, if I could get this kind of drive in my legs and my team with no practice for 3 days, I'll take it every day.
Stars come out of there with it. Rogers was making a change back on D, but they're able to quit back and cover up there as Abby Patton coming back on the back check. And fair to say a little more overall speed for Rogers, I think, and you know, that's kind of bearing out. Here's a turnover, though, and a chance. Oh, and it's blasted just wide as another costly turnover there for the Royals.
Oh.
Here's Farrell making a move and just about got through both players there.
Well, remember what I told them about sticking a forward? Rogers going to stick a forward behind the D. That's exactly what they did. Farrell got back there.
Oh, D falls down. But they get back and recover. Still going to the net with it pretty hard, though, was Charlie Sawicki. And now pops free out at center ice. Stars get control. Strand throwing it across and tipped in nicely. Now the race on. Chloe Lewis hustling in after it there for Osseo-Park Center, but the Royals able to free it up. Nice receipt of that pass by Sandberg, who's spinning backward to grab it. Sandberg, who just got her first varsity goal, looking to add to the tally here as she brings it around the horn.
Nobody there with her to really get open for her to give it up. She made a nice play going around behind the net, looking for a play. That's what you should do.
10.5 to go first period. An eventful start. 3 goals in the first 3:01. 2 by Rogers, 1 by OPC. And a near turnover there. Royals able to keep the puck in. You see their D are being pretty active, looking to jump in and keep that puck. Yeah, they're
pinching.
They're definitely thinking offensively here when it's presenting itself.
Yeah, it's almost like the Sharks are in the water right now. They can feel it. They're imposing their will on OPC in the offensive zone.
Johansson puts it out front, and that one went off a skate and trickles wide.
Pretty play. Very pretty play.
And this will be icing against Osseo-Park Center as Gray just had to get rid of it. They've been back on their heels. The one thing that saved OPC a little bit is forcing turnovers. And here's the last one. Their goal came off a turnover, and this one was a great opportunity and a little rip from in close by Kylie Wallen, but just couldn't hit the net.
Got a little bit too far up on her toe, and she forced it left past the net.
Other than those 2 turnovers, Rogers is pretty well dominated, but they gave up a goal on one of them and almost did on the other one. And it's been their only real bad spot, is they've had a couple of kind of careless ones. Here's an opportunity again, trying to throw it out front. That time for the Royals was Patton. Another centering pass knocked away. No easy outs of the zone here for OPC so far here.
Emma Rooks has been just a force on that far side.
Leah Hatcher trying to dig that puck back free here for Rogers. And Rooks swooping in to gather it. Went across with it for Cameron Messer, and now the Stars looking to get their breakout going back in the other direction. Knocked loose though on a good play by Paige Freeman. And there was Sandberg tapping it ahead, but back there to play it defensively is Kira Laney for Osseo-Park Center, and then a turnover. Here's Sandberg, an opportunity, pad save, and the rebound goes wide. Another chance in the slot and a goal. Farrell will pump home her second, and Rogers goes up 3-1.
Well, the leader is leading for the Royals, I'll tell you that. She's really stepped up, but boy, OPC's leaving that tip of the diamond up on the top of the crease there, just the slot. Look at how wide open Farrell is. Look at this. You don't leave her alone that close to your net. She'll hit the sniper shot every time.
Opportunity back the other way, and a pad save by Larson ranging over. Yeah, the Stars seemed so intent about protecting their net that they were all kind of sucked in way deep and leaving a lot of room in that high slot.
Well, 2 of those goals have been scored from that high slot after that face-off win, and then they got a nice setup from behind the net.
Number 6, Avery Farrell. With assist going to number 27, McKenna Sandberg. And number 8, Paige Freeman. That's Farrell from Sandberg.
Sandberg and Freeman get the assist on Farrell's second of the night. So Farrell and Sandberg have been, they've been a little bit all over the place here so far for the Royals.
They're rocking and rolling, Jay. They're playing really well. Oh, boy, White's got to stop giving up rebounds.
Banked out ahead. This one's going to come down to Larson, and she'll play it away to the corner as the forecheckers were coming in a hurry there. Zoe Smith in the middle of the pack ends up falling down on the puck. So we'll get a whistle to stop play here. 7:07 to go in the first. A lot of activity so far. Rogers has been pretty well dominating as they lead it by a score of 3-1. You see Avery Farrell already a couple of goals. Sandberg has also gotten her first varsity goal and assisted on both of Farrell's. That one thrown toward the net, but knocked right back. Another centering pass comes free on the left side. Stars. Coach Lewis, you talked with him about, they're trying to practice hard to get more chances, gritty goals, tips, deflections, getting in front of the goaltender, because obviously they've had trouble overall as a group putting the puck away this year. He was saying that they've had a lead at some point in almost every game this year.
Yeah.
Okay, not Andover. We'll grant you that. They were blown out by the Huskies because they were really good, and maybe not in the in the Maple Grove games. But other than that, he said we've at some point, either after the first period, second period, or in most of our games, we've had a lead, and it's just been finishing things off and creating or converting on some more chances that they need to do. He said the record is what it is. I mean, it doesn't lie, but at the same time, they've been in a lot of games. They may be a little better than that record looks.
Well, their power play right now is only running at 18%. If they could get that rolling quickly, that would add, because that generally leads to more 5-on-5 goals when your power play's clicking. And we'll see if they can get that going. Although no penalties here, and it's been a really good pace in this game, Jay. It's been up and down. Somewhat.
Hatcher getting it over there to Rooks. They go right up the middle. Here comes Farrell, and tried to drop the pass off. Maybe a little too unselfish that time as she was looking there for Patton.
I still like it. Probably got a nice play. Good try.
Here's a chance the other way as the Stars, although they've been somewhat dominated, they've gotten a few pretty good opportunities as well. Now here's a shot on. Larson the save. Rolls wide. Rebound try hit the outside of the net. Another opportunity. They're peppering that Rogers net right now, trying to get back to within a goal. But unable to get it done, at least on that try. But still, you got to like the fight back if you're Jeremy Lewis.
Yeah, they're playing hard. But I'll tell you what, every time Rogers gets the puck in the defensive zone, Farrell or with the center is just flying out of the zone and really pulling that defense out of there. It's got to be frustrating for OPC.
There is a look at Coach Lewis, and they're kind of slowly but surely making strides. And he was talking about how he said, with the fact that we didn't have everything so different this year, he was really pleasantly surprised at how well all the Totino Grace girls have fit in. He said all of them have been great, just great kids and workers, and they've just kind of seamlessly fit in. Oh, and there's going to be a checking
First penalty right there.
As Morgan Poyer was coming back defensively and looking to make a move across in front of her. There was Sawicki, and down she went. So probably going to be a body check, I would guess here, or interference perhaps. Nope, trip. There's a look at it. Whew, she really got into her legs there.
Yeah, she did. And Sawicki knows one speed. It's 100 miles an hour. She just never slows down.
So Poyer will go off for tripping, but the Royals quickly gain possession and dump it down the rink. And that pass got away, and Farrell plays it back in deep.
But bear in mind now, Rogers has gotten 3 shorthanded goals, and I can see why as to who's on the ice. Farrell's got one of them.
Royals again gain possession and dump it right back down the rink as White stops it back there.
Here's a great number. Rogers has allowed 1 goal and 41 penalty kills.
Intercepted there, thrown right back out. Haley Eikos coming back to get it here for Osseo-Park Center. And could not get it cleanly in. And the Royals, though, cannot get it out. Now dumped across. And there's Ochterkirk winning the race to that one. Now she is putting the pressure on there as Laney had it. And that pass missed its target up the right wing. Hatcher intercepts. Got it back to the OPC line, but here come the Stars right up the middle, and Eikos trying to go behind the back to herself there.
Oh, nice little move to try.
Under a half minute to go in the power play. And Hatcher with the interception, and Trickles just kept it in initially, but now they'll get it out. Here comes Sawicki. Sawicki battled through a little attempted check there, put it out front off the pads of Larson. Follow-up try, it's loose, and now the net comes off. Ooh, and the battle is on. As Wallen mixing it up in deep there.
She didn't like that.
Here's another look. Watch this puck come free, and Larson making one great save, and then Wallen getting bumped by the defenseman Boxwell. And let's see, are they going to take them both, or looks like they are.
Yeah, they should both go. Sawicki was in the middle there too. She got a nice opportunity on a backhand there. That had some nasty to it, Jay. I think these two are getting familiar with each other in a very intimidating way.
You know, I think if you're Coach Lewis there, you probably kind of like that a little bit, that she was willing to stick her nose in there, A, and B, battle back a little bit.
Also on the penalties, number 13, David Oxwell, 2 minutes for roughing. Number 13, Kylie Lowe, 2 minutes for roughing. 5 on 5.
Yeah, both roughing, Boxwell and Wallen. And I would say, based on the replay we saw there, probably a fair thing to take them both.
Yep. Well, calm down a little bit before more harm's done. Nobody's hurting. Everybody's playing 5-on-5 or 6-on-6, really.
Rooks. Now they're able to get it in deep there, thrown in by Alexis Kruger. Minute 45 to go in the first. 3-1 Rogers our score. Look out, here comes Hannah Gray hard up that left side. Gray fires and scores.
Beautiful.
3-2. Well, we talked about her speed in the pregame. They spotted her and sprung her, and she was looking over, and I think that helped to freeze the goaltender Larson a little bit. As she was looking to the weak side, she had a trailer coming, but I think obviously made the right move there and taking this shot.
But she hit that post perfectly, too. That was a snipe shot. You really can't blame the goalie. She just got beat. It was a great shot. She's out above the crease there. Nice play by Hannah Gray. Well, now we got a new ball game.
3-2 as Osseo-Park Center. A smile there for Gray as she snipes that one home.
You know, sometimes just having a power play, maybe not scoring on it, but can create your own momentum if you have a pretty good one, or you know, some things went your way and they took advantage of it in that situation.
Laney getting the assist there. Royals now looking for more. Tip down toward the corner. Sandberg. And a battle through. Here is Farrell out of there with it. Farrell keeps the feet moving. Drop it back out. Poyer, there's a tip in front by Sandberg, but White was ready. Farrell able to keep it in as we're under a minute to play in this first period. Now it's pop free out to center. Sawicki. She's 1 against 4, but able to drop it back and then intercepted there. And, ooh, a big collision as Farrell at center ice ran into Abigail today.
That was a pretty good lick, and they both got up.
It's going to be an icing call here. Officials, I think, feeling that it was just kind of coincidental contact there.
Yeah, they didn't. They were going for the puck. Nobody was looking to hit each other. It just happened that way. Who says girls can't take a hit?
There's a look at it. Ooh.
Both of them kind of got rocked there, but they both got right back up. Let's play hockey. I like it.
Chipped out. Royals trying to hurry and regroup and get one more chance. Nice reversal of...
that was pretty.
Yeah, it was. Avery Achterkirk there. And just a couple seconds to go. Stars are going to eat it there in front of their bench. And we have reached the end of one. And wow, what a good first period of hockey here. Our score after one, it's Rogers 3, Osseo-Park Center 2. We'll have first period highlights and then more hockey for you coming up here on CCX.
4-3 Rogers.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
And welcome back here to the Rogers Activity Center. And speaking of activity, we had a lot in that first period of play as the scoring started less than a minute in and really kept up for most of that first period. 5 goals total. So you get a look at the pass coming back out and stopped by White, and there's Avery Farrell there to knock it in just 50 seconds into the game. for Rogers. And then a turnover cost them. Nice little read there. Scherner just chopped it loose from Hatcher, and it went in as got it past Larson. But then off a face-off win by Farrell, Sandberg getting her first goal. And then it's Farrell across. Sandberg is stopped, but they keep with it, get another opportunity out front, and Farrell pumps that one home. And at that point, it looked like Rogers was kind of dominating. They're up 3-1, but the Stars coming back, getting a couple of great opportunities here that didn't quite work out, and then things got a little physical, or maybe a lot physical. Both those players went off with coincidental roughing penalties right there. And then it is Gray coming in on the 2-on-1 rush and able to put it away late in the period to make it a 3-2 game. I think the Stars got to feel a lot better than they would have without that one going in, because Rogers had controlled play, to a large extent in that first period, as Rogers took a couple penalties and OPC took one. The only power play was for Osseo-Park Center, and they are 0 for 1 with the player advantage. We will come back with our second period of hockey. You can't promise there'll be another 5 goals, but certainly was an exciting start to this one. Royals 3, Stars 2 after 1.
Freedom. It's at the core of who we are. The freedom to live without fear, to jog where we please, to wear a hoodie. The freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.
And welcome back. As you see the Rogers Royals gathering here, they will take a 3-2 lead into the second period against Osseo-Park Center. And it feels like the complexion of the game maybe changed a little bit by late in that period by Gray getting that goal. I mean, Osseo-Park Center for a stretch there, had been outplayed by quite a bit, but I feel like that maybe will give them a shot on the arm coming into the second period.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I think even more important, that first goal is really important. I mean, they got nipped 50 seconds into the game, and then they got, I'm not going to say a lucky goal, but just a hard-working goal, and I think that kept them into it. As long as they were 2 goals behind, they could still see sight. Well, they got the one. Now they're down by 1. And they built their momentum throughout the period. I think the last 5 minutes, they played very good hockey.
And the Royals win the draw. We are underway here in period number 2. Bolster will dump it into the OPC zone. They tried to dig it free there as Strand worked it around. And that pass tipped ahead. Got fresh ice though, so it's going to have enough momentum to easily get there for an icing. It was tipped by OPC, but obviously well short of the center red line, so still an icing call. And we come back into the zone as you look at Joel Weslow, the Rogers coach, and he said, it's been an interesting season to say the least, when they had that stretch of, basically 2 weeks off once they started late and all that. But, these two aren't the only teams to have gone through that kind of a thing. And, Rooks got away with one, looked like there.
Sure did.
And this one is tipped in, and Rogers will get a goal. No. They're waving it off. It's going to be a penalty. Yeah, they did. The official way out top is the only one who saw it looks like. And even though it feels like a late call, it sure looked like the right call. I don't know how they didn't see it initially. as Rooks just knocked somebody over.
Oh, she went down like a ton of bricks, too. It wasn't like anything was real subtle about it either. And Coach Weslow's questioning it, but Coach Jeremy here, he was questioning it initially.
Watch right here as Rooks will come in and just, yeah, that's a penalty. I'm sorry. It's not.
Can we say obvious is obvious?
And then it comes in actually basically White kicking it in.
Yeah. They shouldn't allow, obviously they shouldn't allow this one, and we have the benefit of having a TV replay here.
It's one of those where if you're Rogers, you can see why they would complain, but at the same time, it was a very obvious infraction.
It's amazing what coaches can see and what they can't see sometimes. Because remember, the action was focused behind the net already and off a little bit to the right of the net, and that happened on the left side.
And I don't think at this point, once it's been waved off, that you can go ahead and say, you know what, I think maybe it was a goal. And I think they're explaining that right now to Coach Weslow.
Well, and get a ref up here and verify.
The one thing that was interesting was it was the official way out top that we think called the penalty.
Yep.
But I don't know if it was, we weren't in a position to see if the arm went up right away or not. You know, it's one where you're kind of thinking maybe the people closer to it would have been the ones that called it, but I still say 100% they got it right.
Yeah, they absolutely did. And good for the referee from behind for calling it too, even if it was delayed. Get the call right. Don't worry about if it's delayed or not.
So Rooks will go for interference at OPC, a power play chance to try and tie it up. And now we're going to have a penalty back the other way, though. As Farrell sweeping around, we're going to have be evened up here.
Nice.
Back out to Hatcher at the point. And they might knock down deep here. They might not be so bad off if OPC gets control of this one here. Yeah, now we'll get our whistle.
Yeah.
And this is going to be an interference back the other way right there. And it looked like also a very good call there.
Yep, very good call. Excellent. I mean, it was a nice play, but
call's going to go against Presley Kramer.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity for OPC, but now they'll play 4-on-4. Let's see who benefit that is to have the ice up. No, it is 5-on-5. No, 5-on-4?
Should be 4-on-4.
4-on-4, yeah. I'm sorry. My eyes deceive me, folks. Sorry, I'm old.
Jabbed away there, and it's going to roll back out to center. Eikos back to pick it up here for Osseo-Park Center. Wow, and then Anna Sherling jumped in and knocked that puck free.
I think the Royals got an effective power penalty kill here. A little aggressive.
Now they're confident in their skating that they can get there. When they decide to go for the puck, they're gonna decide and really come hard. Knocked back out to center here as we remain 4-on-4.
Sometimes the best defense is a good offense. I mean, Osseo-Park Center cannot get it out of their zone.
Flipped out front, then they couldn't clear. A little back pass. Another opportunity and a goal. Ava Johansson was working hard throughout that shift, and Osterkirk got it back to her, and Johansson hammered it home.
Now everybody take a peek at where she's standing when she gets the puck and shoots. Boy, they got this thing down. They throw it to the same spot every time on the top of that diamond. You see them. Watch where the puck comes out. Right there. Misses. Now watch. Oops.
You see, it was really the third try to get it there, but she kept the spacing, kept the positioning that you mentioned.
And they kept picking up the rebound on the thing to get it back to her. So, I mean, Rogers got a very specific way they're getting that puck to the net.
Pass fanned on there. Stars might get a chance.
Ooh.
Penalty is over to Rogers, so they will be a power play for about a half minute now, just after going up 4-2.
At 2 minutes, 16 seconds in the second period,
Octerkirk will get the lone assist at 2:17, the time of the goal. Penalty over now to OPC and put out front here. Here's a chance and another goal. The Royals just keep on coming. This is going to be Sandberg getting her second of the night and second career goal.
Boy, they just bring it. When they get down there, they're just relentless. They rotate around that net. See, it goes down low. Comes right to that point up on that right up on the top of that triangle. It bounces down low. And there's Sandberg right there with her stick in the right place, and she glanced it up. That was a hard shot, Jake, because she had to come back across her body on that.
Going to see a goaltending change, it looks like, for OPC as Claire Schmaltz is warming up. And White will come to the bench as Osseo-Park Center takes a timeout, now down 5-2. A pair of goals just over a minute apart. Johansson and then Sandberg for the Royals, and they're up 5-2.
Well, and here's a move, not necessarily that White was playing a bad game. This might be to change the momentum, get an extra timeout. The problem has been the defense from OPC. They're letting that front shooter high in the slot get the hand on the puck and get shots off. And 4 of the 5 goals have been scored that way.
Freeman and Farrell get the assist. Sandberg's goal coming at 3:21. Really not sure why every goal is a second different as he reads it from what's on the scoreboard clock. No, there must be something with, maybe he's looking at a clock that has tenths of a second on and these don't or something. But
yeah, I've operated those. There is a clock in there, yes.
So here come the Stars as they try and regroup with the new goaltender, Claire Schmaltz, and she's down there trying to get her skates going at the other end as the play was back in the Rogers zone briefly. Here's Farrell, a little spinorama, but mostly fanned on it. That would have been quite a capper there if she'd been able to get a hat trick goal by scoring off the spin.
There's that tenacity by Farrell coach was talking about. Boy, she just went after it and took that puck away from the 2 OPC people getting it out, threw it right back in.
That pass goes right between everyone and all the way down the ice for an icing call. And we'll come back into the OPC zone as you get a look at Claire Schmaltz, sophomore goaltender. Goals against a little under 5 and an 0-4 record for the Stars.
You know, some of these goalie numbers are a little bit inflated too once you play Andover and a few of those teams.
Tip. Oh, and nice Schmaltz, a big stop there. That was an excellent tip.
Yes.
Got the pad out, so she welcome to the game, Claire, with that one. And now we've got a penalty coming up. Going to be a cross check. As the play moved back up ice, there was little activity going on, and it's going to be against Rogers, it would appear, as Anna Sherling heading to the box. I don't know exactly where it occurs.
That might have been a collision, and the stick came up. Well, it comes down, you got to have control of that stick all the way. So, OPC gets an opportunity here.
Confess to not really seeing that one well. It kind of came in the one area of the rink where we can't see it all that well down in the corner to our left, the camera left here. So the Stars will get a much needed power play down 5-2. And that one tipped, big rebound. Eiko's firing and just missed the net, and out it'll come to center. And there's a deflection, and then Kruger will push it into the Star zone here. Kruger working hard on the penalty kill there. Floated out to center and tipped ahead, but intercepted. Nice stick there by Messer. Now Eikos leading the rush. Eikos to the outside, had a jab loose. Get the rest of their power play unit on now as they made a change there. Eikos, even though she had it knocked away, she did a good job of, keeping possession in the zone so they could finish that change. But the Royals able to clear it on out. .45 to go in the power play here for Osseo-Park Center. They trail it 5-2. Oh boy, almost got all the way through Messer there, but she stayed with it and was able to clear it.
Nice quick stick as a recovery. She needed it, but she did a good job.
Nice little move there to free that one up by Johansson. Keeping possession here, and then had it jabbed away. And now here come the Stars. Oh, had a chance for a 2-on-1, but it hopped away, and Hatcher is there for the Royals. Stars get it back in. Hatcher goes down. Opportunity out of the corner, and that one sailing up high. Penalty is now over. Rogers back to full strength.
OPCD has got to stay up at the point. They're getting sucked in a little bit too much. Just 3 times they've allowed them to ice it. Oh, look who's out.
Farrell circling back with it now. Here's Rooks putting it out front, and Schmaltz a pad save there. Boy, this one has almost like playoff type feel to it, doesn't it? I mean,
oh yeah.
There's a lot of action, some little bit of bad blood, maybe too, and we're getting after it here in this final week of the regular season.
Yeah, and again, the pace has continued to be really good. Both teams, when they get their breakout going, can fly.
Nice stick there by Scherner, who had the first OPC goal. Trying to free that puck back up. They got it loose, but then the Royals able to regain possession and get it going. Freeman slams on the brakes, threw it out front, but intercepted there.
Yeah, the one thing I like too is just the tenacity of both teams. It's just like you said, it's intense.
Racing in after it there, Claire Smith for Osseo-Park Center. And they dig it free. The Royals come out of there with it. Freeman, who I think needs a change here. Yeah, she was gassed a little bit, but did her work and got over the center line before dumping that one.
Oh, she pinned the boards nice in the defensive zone and took on 2 OPC players, won the puck and got it out of there.
Back out to the point. Rebound try there. Schmaltz a save, but she can't get the next one. And it's a goal. I believe it was Johansson who finished it off again.
Yep.
Her second of the period.
Well, she looks like she's exhausted every time she scores a goal. Oh, man, she worked hard, though. She was down there in the middle of the bodies, and her big body got knocked down, but it got that puck in the net. Boy, they're just jamming everybody in. Everything's inside the circles here. Good tip try there. And you saw her backtrack come in on her backhand here. Look at her right there and just lifts it over. She's getting knocked down. Nice play.
One of those where you know you're about to go to the ice, but she still stayed with it.
That's one of those basically, so you're telling me I still have a chance. Oh.
With an assist going to number 10, Avery Farrell. And number 14, Alexis Kruger.
Ogden, Kirk, and Kruger get the assist on Johansson's goal, her second of the night.
But the one thing that's really showing here, Jay, is that the defensive core for the Royals is good. And they're making sure everything stays to the outside and they pin them out.
Stars get it back out to center. Now the Royals looking to restart again from the back. Here comes Patton, flicking that one in. Nice little pass to get that one, and now sent back into the Rogers zone. Messer got to it, but then the Stars come up with a 2-on-1 out front shot and a goal.
Beauty.
Well, that turnover turned into a goal just like that. Scherner will get her second of the night.
Wow, nice play, nice set of good turnover. Boy, they got on it. Forecheck got the puck back, and then they found Chernoff on the far side. She'll get her head up. Look at her head up. Beautiful. Was that Hannah Gray?
No, Wallen.
Wallen. Wow. Beautiful play. Well, I don't know what else they got to do to score goals, Jay. They look pretty good to me.
So a 6-3 game. Just when, again, it looked like Rogers had really taken control of this one completely. Stars get one.
Well, OP, one step at a time. You got the one, now let's get the next one. Ooh.
Big stop there by Schmaltz. Wallen will get the lone assist on that goal. We've got an injured player for Rogers, and
15.
Boxwell looks like she might be holding her knee. Oh, she's in some pain right now for sure. I don't believe we had a penalty call there.
No. Might have got caught up in her skates, caught an edge. Yeah, she's definitely in pain. Oh, man. And a senior, too. Yeah, this is especially bad, too, at this time, with everything they've gone through and all the COVID protocols and all the sacrifices they've had to make, and then to have this happen. And, well, Ava, hang in there, kiddo.
And you can just tell it's kind of a shock to your whole system when you get that jolt of pain. See if we can see what happens to her
she
here.
She got tied up in the skates behind there. Oh, no.
Yeah,
oh. She lost an edge on that left leg. You see her coming in from the right here?
And it's a collision, and then...
Oh, her leg got caught underneath her. Her skate was pinched forward, and she was calling right on top of it, straining it.
Oh, gonna get her up to her.
Take it right off. Don't even, yes, perfect. Oh, hang in there, Addie. Ava, sorry. We're praying for you, kid.
So our teammate's gonna help her.
So we'll catch our breath here for a minute here, and hoping she's okay.
So we'll get back to action here, kind of an unofficial timeout there for the injury, and looks like we're about ready to go again. And so the Stars win the draw. Strands, that's going to be an icing as she tried to go diagonal pass there. Kind of looked like it hopped right past the defender, but
yeah.
We'll come back into the OPC zone here. 6:52 to go here in period number 2. 6-3 Rogers lead. It was 3-2 Rogers after one. They scored 3 in a row, and then the Stars got the last one on Cherner's second of the night to make it a 6-3 game. Unfortunately, Ava Boxwell had to be helped to the locker room with what appeared to be a left knee injury there for Rogers.
And she's played well for them today. She's been very solid defensively.
Nice move there by Laney. And the Stars able to get it out, but the pass a little too strong there. Stars were finishing a change. Now they forced the turnover. A slapper there, but right into the shin pad of Bolster. Now Eikos back to pick it up. Being pressured, and they forced the turnover. As Sandberg, who's had a great night, coming in there to free that one up. Freeman putting it back out front, and Sandberg just had her stick lifted. Now a big slapper from the defenseman Hatcher. That puck came out. Stars now bringing up the left side. Swept in by Maggie Albers here. Popped high in the air alongside the Royals net. Hatcher back to gather it. Under 5.5 to play now in the second. And Rogers up by 3. Icos turns and reverses it here. Puck freed up by the Royals, put out front but broken up. And played back down deep now for Johansson.
Stars are getting tired, Jay. They haven't had a shift change, and they've had a shift change already with the Rogers Royals.
Flipped over to the corner there by Sherling. And a collision there. Royals free it up again. Back across. Stick save there off the shot from Messer. Again, looking to do some work out of that corner, but that pass intercepted. The other thing you're seeing with the Stars is that they're having to collapse so far deep that, you know, they don't get much of a chance to break the puck out. Ooh, that one handcuffed Schmaltz. Puck still laying loose. Bodies everywhere. Official doing a nice job keeping an eye. Now we'll get
Schmaltz finally got a hand glove on. That was the only other thing they could do. They either ice it or have her stop it, and finally got a break there. But every single player was within 5 feet of the net, Jay.
And that's a helpless feeling for a goaltender. Is you can see the puck, but it's just a little too far to get to. And Schmaltz is saved. The rebound. Royals have it again. Thrown out front. Everybody scrambles back into position there, including the goalie. Sandberg trying to work it through the D there, but it was taken. Still can't get it out though, and chopped back deep. Sandberg throwing it to Freeman. Freeman, and it's a goal. Not sure if Farrell got a piece of that one or not. Kind of looks like they maybe are congratulating Farrell. Yep, the hats are coming out. Yep. Farrell will get it.
Yep. Same spot again. Boy, they just load up that slot area and they just keep bringing people. They rotate them through. So as one goes through, another one's coming in behind to fill in the same spot. It's just a nice rotational cycle, and it's been extremely effective tonight.
Freeman lining it up, and there, oh yeah, good tip by Farrell. And you know, you give credit to these Rogers fans. No hesitation. The hats are coming. They saw it and they were ready, and they read it that Farrell definitely redirected that one in.
They just, I'm really impressed with the way they set up. They know where they got to go with the puck. They know they have somebody in front of the net to tip, whatever. And their offensive output is good.
Ooh, looking for more there as they try to go to Freeman out front. Freeman and Sandberg get the assist on Farrell's third of the night. 7-3 Rogers. Now the Stars coming back. Ooh, that one was off the mask of Larson and a high rising wrist shot.
Nice shot. She faked the pass and took a shot, and it got him by surprise.
Here we come the other way. Ochterkirk trying to go to the net and knocked aside there by Schmaltz. Back down deep. Stars trying to get it out. Thrown to the front, broken up there, and it just came out. There's Hatcher with a nice read to break that one up at center.
I mean, just Rogers just squeezes them off. They're doing a great job defensively. I mean, I don't think OPC's had the puck in the middle of the slot of Rogers since the first period.
Get an icing call here against the Royals, so we'll come back into the Rogers zone. 2:08 to play in period 2. 7-3 Rogers. They had 3 goals in the first, and they have added 4 more here in the second. Off the draw, and here they come again. 2-on-2 on the rush, trying to thread that one through to Rooks, but well defended.
And offside. Nice play by the deep.
Now the Stars trying to float that one ahead for Kramer. Intercepted though in the slot.
Oh, nice pass.
Patton retrieving it. Patton will throw one toward the net, directed away there to Rooks. And looking for the tip out front, it was Sherling. Rooks trying to get to it, was tied up. Stars trying to get it out. Wow, look at the hands by Farrell at the line.
No kidding, wow. The Rogers Royals aren't backing off one bit. Oh, went on end.
Played ahead here, and they're going to wave icing off as Hatcher catches up to it. And trying to get a chance there was Gray. Under a minute to go in the second as the Royals hit the line here. They have skated well here tonight.
Well, they keep playing like this and they get some good goaltending. They've got a shot at 5AA.
Yeah, it's a little more wide open this year, I think. Coach Westlow said he figured his team probably looking at the number 4 seed behind Blaine Centennial and Maple Grove. But I think, oh, here's a chance, a shot and a goal. Zoe Smith burying it for OPC as that loose puck wound up on her stick, and she did not hesitate and snapped it home.
Boy, she did a nice job there too. The sophomore coming in and just snaps one off. Grabs the turnover there and just rips it. Oh, far corner, upper right-hand corner. Nicely placed shot. Boy, you know what, Jay, I'm having trouble here figuring out how Opie's is not scoring. These girls can shoot the puck and deflect it.
Scoring for the Stars at 16-29 in the second period. Number 24 is Zoe Smith. With an assist going to number 6. Taylor Smith.
Scherner will get the lone assist on Smith's goal at 16:30, 7-4. Goals galore in this one, and now the Stars getting some momentum as that one thrown on net right at the buzzer. So we reach the end of period number 2, an event-filled second period as was the first. Our score after 2, Rogers 7, Osseo-Park Center 4.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Welcome back here to the Rogers Activity Center, and plenty of action in that second period, just like the first, as Rogers will take a 7-4 lead into the third here over Osseo-Park Center as we take a look at some highlights from a very event-filled second period. It's funny, I was thinking like in the first, can we keep that pace up? And if anything, it was more so in the second. As you see a turnover here, pass out front, knocked away, but they get it right back. Another opportunity, and that one slammed in by Johansson for the Royals as they got the period started nicely. And then Sandberg camped over on the other side. The puck deflects over to her and pumps in her second of the night. Rogers was all over him in this stretch here, and they get another one there as Johansson puts it away at 8:19. But OPC was not done as the turnover forced here. And a little 2-on-1, and Scherner pops it in on the nice feed from Wallen. And then Rogers coming back for more, though. Farrell getting the tip out front off the Freeman shot. Hat-trick goal for Farrell. And then OPC freeing it up, and Zoe Smith pumps it in. Make it a 7-4 game. As really back and forth, a lot of activity. The chances certainly favoring the Royals overall, and the shots in this one, they've no doubt they've had the better of play, overall. But OPC capitalizing when they've gotten chances.
Exactly.
They're still in it.
Yeah, I mean, another goal here, and all of a sudden they got a brand new ballgame. But they're persistent. They're not quitting. They're going to keep playing. That's made it a very intense game, as you pointed out in the second period.
Well, we said we're down to the last week of the regular season here, Northwest Suburban, and fair to say Andover has been the class of the league. I don't think there's much doubt about that, and the coaches here tonight were even saying that they'd be kind of surprised if they don't win at all. They're that good.
Yeah.
And Centennial, Maple Grove, Blaine, and Rogers are all in the same section together, so that'll be an interesting next grouping there. And you see OPC at 3-9, but in some ways it just seems like they have a chance to be just a little bit better than that, and they're hoping to prove that the rest of the night here this evening here in Rogers. We'll come back with period number 3. It's been a great one so far. 7-4 Rogers through 2 here on CCX. The scoreboard operator has been busy here tonight. 7-4 Rogers after 2 periods as we get set to drop the puck for period number 3. And there right in the middle with the 6 on the back of her helmet is Avery Farrell, the junior center who's already had a hat trick for the Royals through 2 periods. She's been, every bit as advertised from what her coach was telling us, how she's just relentless, keeps skating and working.
Well, she showed up right away. 50 seconds in, she showed herself scoring, and she's been a vital factor in many of the offensive chances that the Royals have had tonight. She showed her stuff.
And McKenna Sandberg's had a really good night for them as well. And Scherner's had a couple of goals for OPC. I mean, a lot of different players that you could look at and say have had big nights. Chance here for the Stars. That one deflecting up high, then thrown out front as they try and get something going right away on the first shift. But here's an opportunity the other way for Patton. Patton walking in, but sailed it up and over the top. Schmaltz, the second goalie to play tonight for Osseo-Park Center, is in there to start the third, as you would expect. And the Stars, here is Farrell slamming on the brakes. Great move there. I'll tell you, it all starts with being a good skater. I mean, the other skills are nice too, but if you get that part of the game down, you can work with it from there. And here's Gray coming up the left side again. Ooh, and Larson had to make a big save. Gray scored on a play similar to that earlier in the game. End to end we go. Farrell drops it back, and it poked away from Freeman, but Freeman, strong on her skates, stayed with it. Puck loose alongside the net. Farrell trying to dig it loose again. And they cannot get it out. Hatcher kept it in. Now it comes out in a 2-on-1 chance the other way. Good recovery, though, to help out by Lauren Hatcher, number 3.
Boy, OPC gets a good rush, and the puck just did not bounce the right way for him.
Keep in mind, Boxwell was injured late in that second period, and I feel fairly certain that not going to play the rest of the night based on what we saw, but let's hope it's not too serious. Didn't look especially good, though. It looked like holding the knee, like the knee had really twisted.
Yeah, there's a lot of pain there. We're just hoping the best for her. Hang in there.
stick loss there by Johansson, who also has a couple goals. Didn't mean to leave her out of the discussion of who's had really good nights for the Royals too.
Well, you know, Rooks, number 24, has been a force too. Even though she took that penalty, she's been a very effective player.
And that one rolled up into the Rogers bench briefly there. Yeah, that's right. We had another goal, and that is Boxwell, we think, down there working with the trainer. So apparently she stayed at the rink, which I guess is maybe a good first sign if she didn't necessarily need to depart for a medical facility right away.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a Rogers goal, a parent goal that was disallowed on a penalty call. And like we talked about at the time, the call seemed to kind of come late, but I thought it was clearly the right call, as they had seemingly overlooked an interference by Rooks. But they ultimately, the top official way out high did make the call and stuck with it. And I'd say, you know, good for them to stick with that call and tell your partners that, no, that was a penalty.
Boy, Rogers is just stacked in front now. They're not letting anything through.
Turnaround try into the glove of Larson. Larson has been kind of an interesting evening for her. She hasn't really faced all that many shots, but when they've been good quality chances, generally off turnovers by her team.
Well, she stayed sharp throughout the whole thing. You know, she's watching this game very well, knowing that even though she's up by 3, OPC is very capable and has obviously proved that.
That pass getting back into the OPC corner there. Strand back to it. Uh-oh, they turn it over.
Uh-oh.
Rooks turns and fires. Pad save there by Schmaltz. Hatcher trying to come up with that one. Knocked back to the front. Rogers hasn't dominated the early part of this period maybe as much as they'd been in the early parts of the first couple, but that one misfired. Oh, it was tipped, so no icing here.
Well, the other thing to think about too now is you got a 3-goal lead in the third period. You know, you don't have to score any more goals if you play good D.
There's a shot on Larson, the save, and now the puck loose. Another opportunity and a goal. Stars climbing back into it as Eikos will bury it.
And there's the problem with stacking people in front of your net, getting there, and it pops out, and the opening was found. And the goalie I'm sure she didn't see it. I mean, she wasn't quite sure where it was.
Another look as they keep on jabbing on it. And then number 5, Eikos, down at the circle, gets her blade underneath that one and lifting it over Larson's shoulder and threading it through all that traffic. It hit a jersey, it looked like, on the way in. A little puff the...
I think it went off Rooks.
And we're going to have a penalty call coming up here. And this one will be a tripping call going against the Stars. And it will go against Maggie Albers. So Rogers will get a power play. Their lead has been trimmed to 2. Off the draw, trying to go right to the net.
Yeah, the one thing both these teams have in common, they have very good penalty kills. OPC hasn't scored any short-handed goals, but they've shut them down really well. Only, like I said, 3 goals and 31 penalty kills.
And that one getting past Ochterkirk out there at the point. So Eikos' goal was an unassisted tally for the Stars to pull them within 2. Boy, at certain points of the game, if you had told me they'd be within 2 at this point in the game, I would have said, it doesn't seem likely, but they come back getting the last goal of the second, and then now they get the first goal of the third.
Well, they scored 5 goals against Rogers the first time they played them, so apparently there's no reason they can't do it again, which they have.
Rogers on the power play here, trying to stretch that lead back out a little bit more. Freeman picking it up with the backhand. That one was denied. Plays it to Farrell. Farrell will go to the point with it. Ochterkirk. Now down deep to Freeman. And Ochterkirk with it again, shooting, and Schmaltz the stop. Freeman picks it up. About a half minute to go on the power play. And out top it comes Sandberg, but a great stick to deny that one by Scherner. Royals trying to make a change. Here's Farrell, had it chopped away. 10 to go in the power play. Sandberg.
Boy, OPC's kept everything to the outside. Not really much going on, or done a nice job in this penalty kill.
Penalty is over. Stars back to full strength, and they've kept it a 2-goal game. And I agree. I mean, they looked much better early in this third than they've probably looked at any time in the game.
Well, see what kind of momentum they can take out of this now, too.
Banked ahead, and to a certain extent, you sort of felt like things were coming a little easy for Rogers, maybe, and you start to relax a little bit, thinking it's going to be that way all night, and it's kind of turned a little bit. Rooks is going to be called for a penalty as she came in and threw a check. Delayed penalty coming against the Royals. Eikos dropping it back. Worked around to the weak side now. There's a shot into traffic, and Larson the stop. And Rooks now will be penalized for a body check.
I think Miss Rooks doesn't have a real strong affection for the black and orange at all. Boy, she just came in and just rubbed her right off. Really not too bad. I mean, it wasn't in a really vicious, intense hit. She just rubbed her off, but a little too much body contact, and she's going in the box. Critical moment for the Stars, Jay. Got 10:02 left. You're down by 2. This would be a good opportunity. Oh.
And they flubbed the initial try as it came back to the point and got out. Nice takeaway there and a shorthanded rush, and Schmaltz making the stop on Johansson, who then is knocked down. Rogers fans wanting a penalty call there but won't get it. Chopped loose and backhanded out nicely there by Kruger. Really a change in complexion of this game as OPC has come out and got one late in the second and now one early in the third, and they're on the power play down by just 7-5. Kind of looked like Rogers was well on its way to a win, and now it's gotten a lot more of a nail-biter. Thrown on net there. Larson the save. The rebound hits the outside of the net. Then it comes to the other side. That's a pad save there off the attempt from Strand.
A nice save. Good placement. She's not getting shook up. She's staying in position.
Freeman getting to it. Just able to bank it out there. And now Farrell trying to come up with that puck. Instead, the Stars get possession and bring it in. Half minute to go in the power play for OPC. Gotten a couple of decent chances, but Larson was on task for the Royals.
Ooh.
Across for Eikos, kind of a dangerous pass, but it got there and then
really
knocked away.
Telegraphed it.
Yeah, and not enough on it either.
Yeah.
Sent back into the Rogers zone, but then right back out as the penalty time is under 5 seconds. Stars maybe will get one more rush going here. Eikos, who can really move. Drops a pass back. Penalty is over. Picked up off the end boards there by Eikos. Sent out front by Gray, but denied. Now the Royals trying to quickly counter. Banked ahead Farrell. Chance for 2-on-1 if she can get there. Farrell putting it out front. Oh! Schmaltz with a big stop on Scherling.
The right leg came out of nowhere. What a great save. What a nice setup by the Royals, but boy, good stop.
Rooks in off the skate there of Patton. Yeah, it was really good setup by Farrell, and Scherling was ready too, but just a better stop by the goaltender.
Boy, Farrell's something. She can play. I like her.
Picked up here by Ochterkirk and throws that one wide. Patton playing it back down deep. And that one deflected again. The Stars at times have really had trouble breaking it out. That time the setup was all there, but then just fanned on the pass.
They're just misfiring in a lot of ways, and their timing's off too.
Oh, and that one could have been a 2-on-0 in tight, but instead they throw it on net, and Schmaltz will cover it up. Force a face-off here, 6:39 to go in the game. Rogers leading 7-5. It was 7-3 at one point. It kind of looked like they were going to walk away with this one.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, OPC's been fighting back, but this has been an intense game. The score doesn't matter to these two. They just want to play against each other and play hard.
Sawicki, one-on-one, trying to go to the net. Pretty well defended there, though, by Messer.
Oh,
out front it came for another opportunity. Johansson racing in after it. She's all alone for the moment. Stars come out of there, but then the pass hits a skate. And they're fortunate that one didn't lead to any trouble. Push back deep into the Rogers zone. Leah Hatcher back to get it. Couldn't get it. Pass the forecheck. And a blast going just wide off the stick of Lewis. Chloe Lewis had a golden opportunity in the slot. Now here comes Farrell, 2-on-1 with Freeman, but chopped away. Excellent stick there defensively by Today. Hatcher up with it. And that pass is tipped. The race is on for it here. And nice job by Today keeping her poise there. Thrown back in by the Stars. Much more even third period than what we saw in the first two, I think. Rogers kind of dominated play for stretches anyway of the first two.
They did, but it's evened out. Occasionally they're going to put a good rush together, but so far OPC's really, they've kept them outside. They've gotten on top of that diamond, and they won't let him get that shot there. Oh boy.
Knocked loose as the point person there was bumped down, and some grumbling that maybe that one could have been a penalty.
I don't think they got away with one.
Rooks out front, bouncing puck, couldn't control it. Thrown back out of there. Justice Olgren back to play it. And that would have been offside, so the Stars had to let it go. Puck knocked down, and here comes OPC, and that shot into traffic was blocked as Laney tried to put one on net. Here comes Rooks, launching a long one as she gets ready to head off on a change. 4:15 to go. Rogers leading at 7-5 on a goal-filled night here at Rogers Activity Center. And put out front.
Ooh.
I think this is our first chance to do a game here. Nice rink. Like it a lot.
Oh, sightlines are wonderful in here.
Turning the corner, and now
that's off.
Yeah, that's off as Schmaltz was slid into there by Johansson trying to go hard to the net.
Yeah, I think one thing that's obvious here in this rink too, Jay, it's been 50 to 60 degrees today outside, and the way these teams are skating, that ice is fast. It's hard. They do a real nice job maintaining it.
Good rush to the net. OPC maybe got away with one there a little bit on the drive to the net. Well, it's going to have to be obvious to be called now, I think, at this point. It seems like both teams have kind of cleaned up a little bit, too. There was a time when things were getting pretty feisty. I think people now sort of realizing that, a penalty now could be really costly.
Yeah, it could be. But you know what? They're still rubbing each other, though. The physical part is toned down a little bit, but it's still there.
Interesting. Jeremy Lewis is the guy kind of complaining to the officials right now, and I think he might be talking about the location of the face-off.
Yes.
Maybe it shouldn't have been in the zone, but on the flip side, I think Coach Westlow maybe could have said, wasn't our player hauled down a little bit there? But either way, the call stands as is. Royals able to keep it in for the moment anyway, and then chopped over to the wall. Can't get it out. Hatcher sliding it across. Johansson trying to dig it loose, but instead the battle won there by Alicia Smuck. And the forecheck frees it up. Ooh, put right out front, but nobody home. And then tipped back into the Osseo-Park center zone. Today back to get it is the Royals finishing a change. Ooh, a near giveaway, and it is. Freeman up with it. Freeman fires, and Schmaltz with the glove save. Osseo-Park center almost costing themselves right there as they had, they battled hard to get back within 2, but a bad turnover nearly led to a goal.
Well, Paige Freeman was open there, and she's the second leading scorer in the team, and that's really the first time you've heard a lot of her actions here. If she gets going, they could get that clincher goal, that dagger.
Here's Sandberg, who's had a couple of goals tonight. Back out to the point. Stick save, high bouncing rebound, and then a takedown. That is going to be a penalty. Yeah, I get a high stick issued here. I think it's going to be against today for OPC. I thought it could have been maybe a hold or something of many different options there.
Brought her down on the 4-yard line.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, didn't get the glove on it. That caused some issues. Yeah, you got your arm up good. I'm taking her right back for you. Really wasn't a bad penalty. I mean, she was coming in tight, and that puck was bouncing out front.
So the Royals get a power play leading at 7-5 late. Off of Schmaltz and up into the netting. We'll get another face-off with 2:33 to go.
Well, considering everything, too, Claire Schmaltz came in a pretty tough situation. I think she stood up pretty good tonight and done a good job, kept them in the game.
So the Royals right now, I mean, yes, you'd love to get an insurance goal here, but also just eating up the time is another big factor. Schmaltz, a nice save that time on Johansson's shot. Johansson trying to join Farrell as a player with a hat trick for the Royals tonight. Yeah, this is where you're in a spot you like if you're Rogers, because even if you don't score, if you just, eat up the rest of this time would be also just fine. I mean, they're not thinking that way right now. They want to score for sure, but Freeman.
Yeah, but they got that out safely. They weren't going to give up a turnover there. No way, no how.
Walked alongside the net there.
Well, OPC's got to take chances. They need to get it out of there and get down in the zone, even if they're killing a penalty.
Now they do come up with the puck. There's a loose stick laying out at center ice as it's thrown back in. 30 seconds in the power play for Rogers. They're clinging to a 7-5 lead, but time obviously a big factor now. All thrown out front, bouncing puck. Empty net for the Stars. You don't see that too often when you're shorthanded, but like Dan said, you got to go for it.
Oh, and you can ice too.
Brooks. And there's a big-time collision with Kramer. Kramer is down.
I mean, you could hear that collision up here. She just got the wind knocked out of her and a little crink to her knee. I admire her. She took a run at her.
And Rooks Rooks won that collision, as she has most of the night.
She has what you call mass in that situation, and
and this looks like a knee maybe too, although
she got a smile on her face.
She's definitely not in pain like Boxwell was earlier.
Well, good for Kramer. She's just stuck her nose in there really good, and I'm just trying to test it out. I don't think it's serious, because she wouldn't be looking like that if it was serious. But you worry about them when they go down. Not a girl.
Well, and the other thing is you look at Boxwell there, it's like she's got a crutches for so. The other thing too is sometimes those kind of things can be more than what you think first, where you feel like, oh, that kind of hurt, but it's not that bad, and then you find out later, we're hoping that's not the case, obviously, and based on her smile, I would say probably not.
Yeah. Well, my son broke his leg in a high school hockey game, and they didn't think it was broke. It was just sprained, and 2 days later we took him in, and it was broken in 2 places. So it's deceptive, but good for her. Look at her, she's smiling. Okay, we're good. Let's play hockey. Let's go. 1 second left on the penalty kill.
So it looks as though Rogers is going to hang on and win this one. They're up 7-5 as the penalty time is now over and we're under a minute to play. But at the same time, hats off to the Stars for really making a game of this one. Thrown out front. OPC up with it, trying to float it ahead now to Lewis. Has to hustle in after it. Gray is circling out front. Gray picks it up, throwing it. And there's Farrell coming back to help out on the back check.
I just love the no quit. I mean, both of these teams, they played hard and intense the whole night and got some goals rewarded, got some goals scored on them, but it was a very good hockey game.
Under 5 seconds to go. Pad save there by Larson, and the Royals are going to go over 500 now at 8-7 as they come up with a 7-5 victory. 3 in the first, 4 more in the second for the Royals. But as we said, OPC fighting back, got the last goal of the second and the only goal of the third after being down 7-3. So really good, intense battle here tonight, John. I was going to say very playoff-like, but at the same time, you don't necessarily expect 12 goals in a playoff game, but definitely a lot of great action as we see. We've got a lot more to come for you this week on CCX. Yeah. A good girls basketball game on Tuesday night, a good boys game on Thursday night. Number 1 ranked Champlain Park had to go OT to beat Park Center the first time around. We'll see how they fare on Thursday. And then gymnastics, a couple of good teams, Maple Grove and Park Center. And then we'll see, speaking of top ranked, Maple Grove boys hockey. We'll see them Saturday afternoon as they host Blaine as the regular season comes to an end here. It's been a different but fun and interesting winter season here in this year of COVID. So the final again here tonight is Rogers 7, Osseo-Park Center 5. For Dan Ficken and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Rogers Activity Center.